반갑습니다. 리안토니오입니다. 저번에 이어서 플레이 해보도록 할게요. 휴식을 아직 안 해가지고 휴식을 한번 하고.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
고타시아 올인에 대한 이야기.
I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like. Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist, and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them. Yes, but first, a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it? It is. And I did. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the Cult of the Dragon made its move.
The Cult of the Dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city. She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel.
악마가 왜?
Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mazura had swept it clean. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
용감히 일했다고 하십시다.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know
그치,
that it
그게
was
맞는
right.
일인지 나도 모르겠네요.
The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. When we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right.
똑같은 얘기 또 하네.
I understand. No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither. And I went and proved him right. A Grand Duke's duty is to his city, first and foremost. There would only ever be one outcome.
You did it. Catherick Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal.
좋을 수 있어 기쁘군요.
Nature moves at its own pace.
와 라이브
And
인간들.
bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shaz.
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to 2 others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
어릴 때 얘기네요. 못 보게 계속 막고 있었던 거구나. 이거 잊어먹게끔.
You'll remember that it is a common rite amongst Aluna's followers to send their children off into the woods to find their way home. Perhaps this time it had gone awry. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
그러니까 원래는 셀루네를 섬기도록 의식을 치르다가 중간에 신도들한테 가로채임 당했다 뭐 그런 얘기인가 본데.
Your parents
도와주도록
are your
하지.
abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
뭐 던진 거
I was
아니었어
able
이거?
to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
아직도?
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
알았다는 게 아니라 그렇게 믿었다는 거 아니야?
Thank you. But I want you to refrain from foolish heroics. When the time comes, we'll be entering a nest of vipers. I couldn't bear to lose you. Not after everything. We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
그게 뭔데?
See for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Such horrors defy description.
뭐야? 시체한 취소야?
Give it a try sometime.
어떤 일 있어 여기? 누가 있는데 안에?
Faith protect.
축사 몰래. 일로 뭐 가스 같은 게 나오나 본데. 인식이 있으니까 애들이 아이. 가스가 낸동이 있구만 이게. 활공 하나 던지면은 빠다단 터질까 말이지. 안 터지나? 다 죽었네요. 막히나? 막힌다. 열어보자. 뭐가 있나? 죽은 애가 하나 있네. 괴사 실험실 예비 열쇠. 또 이런 거 하나하나 보는 게 또 재미거든요.
Lock tight.
잠겼다고?
Means to get this open.
딸 수는 있어? 말도 안 되네요. 여긴 뭐야? 독극물도 얻었고. 혈액은행. 이름은 다 사라졌구나. 피해자라는 거 쓰지 말 것. 나름대로 또 뭔가 우대? 대우? 실명이 될 수 없습니다. 야영지로 이 레버를 작동을 시키면은 뭐야? 이런 데가 있었나? 이 뭐 하는 걸까 여기? 다 태워버린 건가? 안에서 불쾌한 것들이 엄청나게 올라오고 있고, 통해서 뒤로 쭉 들어갈 수 있는 길이 있고요. 뭔지 모르겠으니까 그냥 갑시다. 발더스게이트로 가는 길. 이제 여둠침침한 곳을 벗어나서 발더스게이트로 갑니다. 기스양키를 가? 진짜. 황소? 소 한 마리 있네 여기. 엘리기스. 얘는 뭐야? 일찍 했네요. 궁금하니까 가봅시다.
We don't have time to waste retreading old. We must.
에이씨, 아예 못 가게 하네.
The curse has been lifted, the lands cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord. But there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the flaming fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat sir. Your plan
오야.
is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
저게까지 형태 변이 가능하다고?
We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prism bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
이쁘게 꾸몄다잉.
섀도하트 has found a little bit of herself again. Seluna cannot take all of the credit. She may have lit the way, but it is the cleric who took this step. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I.
내가 더 많이 알겠다고. 일더브레이는 노예나 다름없다.
Not be moved to pity. It is a predator pinned in a trap. And if it wriggles free, you'll find it still has teeth.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the Dream Visitor's protection. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
세상이 지배할 거야? 이기적으로 생각할 것인가? 영웅이 될 것인가? 이젠 나만의 일이 아니 돼 있어요. 그냥 도시 전체의 일이 돼버렸어.
You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
에헤이. 뭐야? 얘는.
You're under attack. Help me.
아니 뭐 이런. 적투야? 탈출하라고? 어디로? 이쪽 아니고. 그쪽까지 탈출하는 거 아니야 지금. 그러니까 가속을 쓰고 안개가 오늘 빠진 다음에 튀어. 이야.
That orb's about to explode. I speak from some experience.
뭐야 얘는. 저 부수러 가는 거야 지금? 야 렌즈 와서 부술 수 있는 거였어?
It's not over. Come to the skull.
어떻게 된 거야? 뭐야 얘는? 자, 세다이. 돌려진 것밖에 못하나니.
Before you do anything,
황제?
I am your ally.
동맹이라고?
We are in danger.
Oh shit. A mind flayer.
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or
Everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
마인드 플레이를 어떻게 믿어 이거?
You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Song from her soul cage. Your continued existence as yourself and not a mind flayer should be all the proof you need.
뭘 때리네?
Now, help me.
읽을 수는 있어? 근데 생각을? 대성공이네.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the mind flayer's awareness is everywhere. You blunder in its presence.
성공해도 의미가 없네.
Pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into
근데 왜 이렇게 강압적이야?
But if you insist on taking a look for yourself, be my guest.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this.
아이씨 괜히 했네.
As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the 기스양키.
아니, 싫은데?
Happy? Now, join me. Fight.
싫어.
Without me, you will perish.
그래도 임마, 난 네가 싫어 임마.
Labored breaths resound like a death knell in your mind, tolling for the end of all hopes of survival and freedom. With startling clarity, you realize the mind flayer was telling the truth. If it dies, so do you.
헤. 아 진짜야 이거 근데? 아 왜 이렇게 날 시원하게 하는 거지? 어떡하지? 어떻게 될까 죽긴 해버리면.
Have failed us all.
Your stomach drops. Your chest constricts. Your thoughts begin to splinter.
아 진짜 죽는 거였어?
You are found.
에이 씨.
Now you hear me. Now you yield.
결국 살렸어야 되는 거구나. 또 나오네.
Join me. Throw.
Its labored breaths resound with startling clarity. You realize that
Thank you. With your help, we will both survive. Your reluctance to help nearly cost us everything. You saw reason just in time. Don't look at me like that. I'm a mind flayer, yes. And the one who saved you again.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
날 속인 이유가 뭐야?
It wasn't necessary. Rare are those that would openly consider a partnership with a mind flayer. Even
그렇게 하지.
those who are on a path of becoming one. It's like I said before. I'm just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now.
뛰어오지 마라.
I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield. The largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence. Though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while. Until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call me Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
저 안에는 누구야 그러면?
Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the
얘가
Githyanki.
오르페우스야?
His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Elithic Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki.
레이지 들었으면은 뭔 개소리 하겠는데?
But Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
진짜 물어보고 싶긴 한데 진짜 한 번 지나가면 물어볼 수 없으니까. 얘네 강 끊는 게 아니겠죠? 얘를 풀고 협력을 구하면 되는 거 아니야? 지금 다른 애들이 이걸 어떻게 하게 된 거야?
Good question. One that I have been unable to answer. That Orpheus lives at all is ruinous to Blackith. She has done everything in her power to keep his existence a secret. That Gortash and the Chosen found out about it This is impossible to explain. But it was important enough to them that Gortash sent me to retrieve it. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
얘를 풀어주면 어떻게 되는 거지? 아니면 죽이고 힘을 가진다? 풀어준다?
That
풀어주면?
would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion, a pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
난 아니야.
You are already more a Lithid than you realize.
이런
It
씨.
has improved you. You seek to
벗어날 수가
reverse
없구만
an
이거.
inevitable process, a process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change.
일단 나 마인드 플레이 되기 싫은데 나는.
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your
지금까지
latent
그거
Illithid
하나도 안
potential.
먹을 건데.
I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same
계속 꼬드기네.
devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
안
I
해.
understand. Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to deal with 3 gods of death and a giant magically enhanced Elder Brain. But in case you change your mind,
뭐야 저게?
look after it. Use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The Brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the Brain, and bring it under our control.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable but impenetrable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
부술 수 있나 이거?
The rock resists all attempts to shatter it.
섀도하트랑 대화를 마지막으로. 뭐야?
There's been a mind flayer inside the artifact or
머리가
astral
하얘졌어.
prism the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
Your parasite communes with Laysel's. Her heart races as she learns of the events inside the astral prism.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. The tainted blood of the mother, the traitor prince, the Laxarai.
그러니까 엄청난 힘을 가진 왕자님이잖아.
And even more powerful still. It said he could bring 1,000 Githyanki to their knees with one command. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our gay slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people...
여왕이란 칭호구나 일종의.
Orpheus is Gith's renegade spawn. A gay thrall who would return us to our slavers. He convinced his own mother's honor guard to join a coup against Vlaakith I. He would have fed our empire to the Illithids had he succeeded. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle. Or so the Varshas teach us. Yet the traitor's with us, controlled by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would hand Vlaakith's dominion to his Geich masters. The astral plane would be first to fall. The others would soon follow.
주변 평가원들은 완전 나쁜 애들이네. 오페스 안 죽어 있죠. 포로로 있고.
Entirely. Vlaakith Karsivim Hrath Crashet. Only in Vlaakith may we find light. This is the creed. I will not abandon all 10,000 protocols over one sovereign secret.
참 충실하네.
Orpheus is not Githyanki. He is a Geich puppet cloaked in Githyanki's skin, and the most powerful mind master known to my people. One word from his scheming lips and the people would doubt. 2 words and they would rage. 3 words and they would bow to the false prince. The Githyanki would be slaves once more, and one by one, the plains would fall to the Geich. What about him?
그러니까 우리를 역겨워할 이유가 없잖아. 일리시에 할 수 있는 그 게이크 그거라면.
I'm embarrassed you'd fall for such an obvious trick.
순진한 거 너 아니야?
Believe the Illithid's twaddle about Vlaakith usurping Gith's throne as well. The astral prison contains not 1, but 2 atrocities. They will use you and abuse you at every opportunity. There is one truth, Vlaakith's truth. Everything else is apostasy.
단단히 머리에 박혀있네. 대화가 안 통하겠는데?
My queen would demand I slay her greatest enemy. I could not be more certain. Vlaakith has a plan, and she knows what part I must play.
네가 죽거나 절대자에게 지배를 당하더라도 라키스는 보상을 줄 수 없다.
Cannot reward me if I hand the Empire to the illithid thrall called Orpheus. Protocol 301. Neither death nor undeath may be a hindrance to Vlaakith's
이걸 다 외우고 있네.
Vlaakith will know my unfaltering faith. Neither death nor the Absolute will keep me from accomplishing my duty.
이제 시청자가 5명으로 집계해야 되는데, 예, 지금까지 함께 해주신 분들 감사드리고 다음에 또 뵙도록 할게요.